My name is Duncan Catchpole. I'm the founder and the owner of the Cambridge Organic Food Company, and I'm also a founding committee member of Cambridge Sustainable Food. So, those of you that were here when Bev was talking a couple of speakers ago, that's the organisation we're involved with there. So, I want to share with you a vision for something really exciting, something really groundbreaking, and something that's going to bring an awful lot of social and environmental benefit to the people of Cambridge. I want to share with you the vision for the Cambridge Sustainable Food Hub. Has everyone here actually heard of the Cambridge Sustainable Food Hub project? Yeah, a few people have actually been involved with it. So what is the Food Hub going to be? Well, it's going to be a sort of a 10,000 square foot food storage and distribution centre. That's also going to be a small business incubator, so it's going to have sort of kitchen space where small food businesses can come in and sort of rent space on affordable and flexible terms. And it's also going to have a shop and a cafe. And central to everything that happens at the Food Hub is going to be food that has been sourced directly from farms that are local to Cambridge, and that's also food that's been sustainably grown as well, according to sort of recognised sort of sustainable production techniques. So that's in a nutshell. That's what it's going to be. Where is it going to be? What's really exciting is that we now actually do have a site in mind, and the place that we're looking at is about 5 miles south of Cambridge, near the village of Hinxton. What's really exciting about this place is it's a little bit further away from Cambridge than we were originally envisaged the Food Hub being, but I think the benefits of the place that we're looking at sort of far outweigh that particular compromise. Most excitingly is the parkland setting. A central theme of this sustainable food hub is that the building itself is going to enhance well-being for the people that work there, for the people that come to visit it, and being in this parkland setting really is going to help this be just a wonderful place for people to want to be and work in, and to visit. The parkland is going to have a lake, which will be adjacent to the Food Hub. Really exciting, because it's going to be lovely to sit there on a sunny day, have your lunch by the side of it. But it's going to be an open water swimming lake as well. So all about sort of exercise, healthy lifestyle. But best of all, this lake is going to actually help us run our low energy cold store. So rather than working in the food industry, looking at my business and thinking, well, we try to do everything as sustainably as possible, and I look at the use of energy within what we're doing at the moment, and the cold store, buzzing away there sort of all day long. It's running on refrigerants. It's our biggest use of energy within the business. So to be able to run an energy efficient cold store is really, really exciting. The place at Hinxton is going to give us a lot more scope to do the educational side of things that we want to do at the Food Hub. It was always envisaged that the Food Hub would be a place where children or young adults that want to work in the food industry would be able to come and learn about nutrition, sustainability, about food preparation skills. But the place in Hinxton is also going to have fields surrounding it, so that you come to a field on a field trip to the Food Hub, you can see food growing in the ground, you can learn about the sustainability and the nutrition, and then you can go and sort of prepare some food in the training kitchen afterwards. So all really sort of wonderful in that respect. What impact is the Food Hub going to have? Well, first and foremost, it's going to significantly improve the amount of sustainably and locally produced food that is consumed within the city of Cambridge. it's going to be a base where we can do sort of a lot more of our vegetable boxes from. But what's really exciting is some of the partnerships that we're starting to develop as we're talking about it. So we're in particular, we're wanting to address the issue of food procurement. One of the biggest problems that Cambridge Sustainable Food has identified with the City of Cambridge that's really sort of preventing it from excelling as a sustainable food city is procurement. It's the amount of food that's finding its way onto the menus in the colleges, in the hospital, in the schools. How much of that food has actually been sourced from local farms? It's not a great deal at the moment. But with the existence of the Food Hub, we are putting that infrastructure into place that would allow that to start happening. So that is in itself really exciting. Another of the key objectives of Cambridge Sustainable Food is to try and make healthy and sustainably produced food accessible to all people in Cambridge, regardless of income. It seems a strange thing to sort of comprehend in a very affluent city that Cambridge is, but there are food deserts. There are places in Cambridge where people are suffering from food poverty, and if we're working in partnership with our local councils, with the hospital, and sort of other similar organisations, we will be able to put systems in place that allow food from the Food Hub to find its way to the people that need it the most, and give them choice over their diets, give them a real opportunity to improve their diet. That of course also ties in with the educational aspect, because quite often basic food preparation skills is one of the factors that are preventing people from being able to eat healthily. Right, what else? So there are other impacts. Impact. Talk about impact. Small businesses. How do we promote a vibrant economy for small businesses in Cambridge? Something that I'm really actually quite devastated about. We made a short film about our vision for the Food Hub project about 6 months ago, which is online incidentally, so please do have a look for that. You can find it on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and search for Cambridge Sustainable Food Hub, you'll see a picture of me sort of standing in the Cofco packing shed. Now that film features a lot of small businesses that are going to be involved with the Food Hub once it's up and running, and I'm really sad to say that 2 of those businesses, since making that film, have ceased trading. And they were 2 businesses that I personally really loved, but it just goes to show how difficult it is for a small business in this city where commercial property is sort of so expensive, and so many of the small businesses that are really enriching the food scene around Cambridge and making it such a wonderful place to live. A number of those businesses are literally operating from the proprietors' domestic kitchens at home, and there's very little prospect that they'll be able to move out of that situation into a rented commercial unit. So with our commercial business incubator kitchen, there is an opportunity for those businesses to be able to grow their business, and to encourage new startups as well. And of course they'll have that local sustainably produced food in the store right on their doorstep. They'll have access to the distribution infrastructure, and we might even be able to start linking those small food businesses and small producers even with those procurement contracts, which is a really exciting thing. That in itself is something that hasn't really been done before. So that hopefully gives you some idea of what we're trying to achieve, and now I'm going to talk to you about how we're proposing to fund it. So the large part, we're talking about it's a £1 million plus project, and the majority of that money is going to come from sort of grant funding and from commercial lending. But the key part of our funding is we are currently running a crowdfunding campaign. So we're trying to raise £150,000 from people in Cambridge to help us get the ball rolling. That will be the key that unlocks the grant money and the ability to borrow that other money that we need as well. And so what I want to tell you most of all about is our Friend of the Food Hub scheme that we're currently running. To be a Friend of the Food Hub, we require people to pledge £100 to our crowdfunding campaign, which if everybody got one of these, you can follow sort of links on there to find our crowdfunding campaign. But we don't want you to just give generously out of the kindness of your heart. There's incentives for you to do this, and the headline one is that as a Friend of the Food Hub, you are going to get a 10% discount on everything that you buy at the Food Hub for life. And that includes things that you buy in the shop, it includes things that you might have delivered to your doorstep, it includes if you come in and have a meal in the cafe or at one of the pop-up restaurant events, you're going to get a 10% discount off for life. And you're going to be continuing to get that 10% discount when you're, you know, old and grey, and it's a lifetime membership. But it doesn't just end there. You heard me talking about the swimming lake and the running track that are going to be sort of at this park where the food hub's going to be. As a member of the food hub, you'll also have free access to the showers and changing rooms there. So it's health and well-being. You know, come have a day at the food hub, have a swim in the lake, get yourself changed afterwards, have a nice. You know, it's going to be a lovely thing to do. And I suppose best of all is, as a Friend of the Food Hub, you are going to have an exclusive invitation to our grand opening party. And believe you me, I'm going to make sure that your ticket to that party is worth the £100 on its own. You know, you can guarantee that I'll be getting someone sort of very special to do the grand opening. But of course, you know, the real reason why we'd want you to support this project in this way is to create it in the first place. You know, I put it to you that as a Friend of the Food Hub, your life, your personal well-being is going to transform for the better. Not only that, you are going to transform the lives of other people around Cambridge for the better, and you're going to do something incredibly positive for the environment, not just locally. The spread of this is going to influence other similar projects throughout the UK, but also perhaps throughout Europe as well. We're already, as Bev said before, we're a part of the Sustainable Food Cities network. So you know, we have got that link with other cities that will want to do similar projects to this. So you really could be a part of something amazingly positive. I put it to you that your pledge of £100 to the Cambridge Sustainable Food Hub's crowdfunding campaign will be the best £100 that you have ever spent. Thank you very much for listening.